Hey investors, so in this video I want to talk about some stocks that were so-called stay-at-home stocks and did get a big boost from the pandemic, but now they're trading close to where they were before the pandemic, or even in some cases lower than where they were before the pandemic. So the first one I want to look at is Teledoc. So we can look at it over the 5-year time frame. So let's say the pandemic started around January 2020, and Teledoc was about $94 at that time, and is still at $94 today. So it seems as if the enormous boost it got from the pandemic has had no effect whatsoever on the stock price. But I can say for sure that the business has grown tremendously since the start of the pandemic. So nobody really knew about Teledoc that much before the pandemic, and it definitely got a boost. So if you feel that you missed out on Teledoc, I think now it looks like a good time to pick up some shares. The next stock I want to talk about is Peloton. So Peloton is not a stock that I own, in Project 1 million in any sizable amount. But it's an interesting company. I think connected fitness does have a future. But what I wanted to focus on is where the stock is trading. So let's say let's go back to January 2020. And the stock was about $30. So obviously we know what happened during the pandemic, and Peloton got an enormous boost. But right now the stock is trading at about $38, so not that far off from where it was before the pandemic. And again, the business has definitely grown a lot since the pandemic started, even if it's not reflected in the stock price. So I think the last one I'll talk about is Alibaba. So Alibaba is a bit of a special case situation because although the pandemic probably did give a boost to its online commerce business, it has suffered a lot due to regulation. But let's take a look at where it was trading before the pandemic. So let's say around December 2019, the pandemic had not really hit China yet, so it was about $206. Well, right now it's about $125, as you can see. But let's see where when it was last trading at this price. So roughly you could say that Alibaba was about this price, let's say $111 around April 2017. So that is almost 4.5 years, right? Almost 4.5 years ago. So again, I think is that the business has definitely grown over these last 4.5 years. It cannot be that the business has not grown over the last 4.5 years, but the stock price has not grown. So I think in all these situations, this is a recipe for a decent amount of stock appreciation over long term. The businesses have grown, but the stock price has not really followed, and that is when you see an opportunity. Let me know what you think about these stocks and about any other stocks that you feel have tremendously benefited from the pandemic, but their stock prices are even below, or around the same where they were before the pandemic. Thank you and have a great day.